a quiet Denver suburb. A loving couple with their two adorable daughters. One parent is a social media darling whose fight with lupus and her job had her basically Facebook Live her whole life. The other parent, the loving, calm husband who seems to be enjoying playing the doofy husband role. Finally, the two beautiful girls having their life broadcast to the point that the watchers felt that they were attached and parents to them. A modern love story in a modern world with a fairy tale charm. But much like the Brothers Grimm, the story has a dark side. Money issues, resentment, family issues, and an affair that leads to the darkest crimes in modern American history. This, of course, is the case of Chris Watts, family killer, an overall horrid person, and the winner of the first question, biggest douchebag of 2020 award. Go fuck yourself.
Hey fuckers, how's it going?
Well, I guess better late than never. This is truly the modern day horror case.
Yeah.
This is our generation's case.
Yeah.
And that's the coverage of it. If this was any other case, if you pull one string out of this case, it's not as big as it once was.
As with anything, right?
But this one's a lot bigger. I like your comment of, hey, fuckers, how's it going? I know it's in our normal broadcast. I want to get this out of my goddamn brain. We are delving fist first like his Chris Watts. This has been in the plannings, and thank you to everybody, all of our fans out there, for voting in, deciding on our Discord, on our Instagram, on our Facebook, for voting on this. This is our first ever fan episode, and I thank God that my couch's springs aren't exploding on me because I'm bouncing up and down. Once again, hey, here's a lead into our Patreon. Guys, understand we work full-time jobs.
Yes, we do.
And this is our second full-time job.
Can I also just say how amazing Dominique is? Because not only does she own her own business and runs her own business and hustles like a motherfucker, she then has to listen to us again and again and again and again to produce these episodes for us.
Oh, that is true. Thank you.
So, huge round of applause for her.
Thank you.
Doing this.
Like,
I appreciate
if we
that.
ever got a live show, if that ever happened,
Oh, dude.
Like, I've sat there many a
producer.
times and sober sat there and thought about, like, how I would do a lead-in to a live show because I like to, like, sprint before I can walk. And every time it ends with, and now the fantastic woman that you love who brought us all together.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Yeah, you brought this to the world,
Thank
dude.
you. I appreciate it. I love you guys. You're like, how could we have found anyone more perfect than you guys for this?
Oh.
No, really, for real.
Oh,
It's true. It's totally true. We just function together, but we function well.
you know
It's
what?
true.
Just like my last tour in the Navy when I was at the Portsmouth Naval Hospital, all the love out to them. Still love you guys to death. Just like here, we were the perfect level of insanity to work beautifully together.
Yeah, yes.
Frosty, Chaz, Thompson, Kayla, Jen, all of you guys. Jake, keep grinding. I'm proud of every one of you. That you still put up with Navy bullshit. Like, that is strength alone to anybody out there. Any of our service members. Yeah, it's cool. I'm still horribly, horribly proud that I served.
Yeah.
You went past 6 years and you're still going, and you're a 20-year man in the modern day.
That's huge.
Bullshit.
That's huge.
Dude, you are a strong human being who deserves everything. And if any 20-year man out there right now, hell, any 20-year man out there in the Navy, I owe you a beer or whatever the fuck you drink. Like,
hell yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
It.
And, we're talking about the highest kind of men right now. So let's take a straight nose dive.
Yeah.
Let's take a straight nose dive into the shittiest human being ever, Chris Watts.
Chris Watts. Again, I am Dominique. This is Matt. That's Sarah. I don't know if you can tell our voices apart. I just want to throw that in there.
God, well, I hope they can at least tell Matt's voice apart from me.
I know. Yeah, right?
It's not
I think feminine. You and I sound a lot alike, though, Sarah.
It's not that feminine.
We do sound very similar. I would say that. I mean, it's not like how my mom and I sound similar.
Right, same.
People cannot tell us apart. But I would like to think that even though Matt and I are blood relatives, we sound different.
You do sound different, thankfully for you.
If this is your first episode with us,
oh God, you're in for a fucking ride, man.
Oh shit,
you're in for a fucking ride.
Well, stop what the fuck you're doing, because if you're driving, you should just pull over.
He'll drive off the road.
And you just listen to me and Dominique Grant. We got an episode coming out about Jerry Lee Lewis. That is great. That somehow we stayed on track.
But we did,
Sarah.
Yeah.
Is that the one where I was sick?
Yeah,
and this is the second highest compliment I could ever give you. For you first listeners out there, Sarah's our 10th Dr. David Tennant. She's zany, but she keeps us on track.
Okay, so then who are you? Wait. You're Matt Smith and I'm Peter Capaldi. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what we're going with. I'm redoing all of Doctor Who right now.
Me too. Shit.
Yes, I forgot how much I loved it. And
me too. Yes.
And once again, my wonderful sister introduced me to it. I sit there and talk to Alpaca Girlfriend while I watch Doctor Who in the morning.
Is she a Whovian too? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, my sister introduced this to me. Like, David Tennant is my doctor.
Oh my God, mine too.
So the first present my husband ever got me while we were dating, he got me David Tennant's sonic screwdriver. And it's a pen. And then it has a like blue light on it, so you can like write in invisible ink or whatever, and then you shine the blue light on it.
Oh, that's
fucking adorable.
And then on our wedding cake, we had the TARDIS, and it looked like a Starry Night, like that one episode.
Dude,
I'm gonna cry every time.
Okay, yeah, that's adorable. And to everybody who wants to donate to our Patreon, you get to see this live action.
Yes,
Speaking of awesome artwork, I just bought a pair of Vans today that have the Scream. Like,
cool.
Drawn on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Cat helped me pick them out. Once again, hey fuckers, how's it going? 3 douchebags fighting for the title. A victor has emerged. It is it is a power bottom that has emerged. It is Chris. You really don't need leg day, Watts. I had to return it.
Yeah,
it's like he skipped leg day too. Like, really
every day he skipped leg day.
Oh God, this dude. Can we already start it right now and not call him a dude? Can I just, as the male representative of First Question, can I just revoke his man card and just call him Sniveling Shitweasel? Look, we've talked. This case has probably caused me to slip down a couple diagnoses on the DSM-5. I am tired of Chris Watts. I am so glad we are here. It has literally been seeping out of my pores. A quiet Denver suburb. A loving couple with their 2 adorable daughters. One parent is a social media darling whose fight with lupus and her job had her basically Facebook Live her whole life. The other parent, the loving, calm husband who seems to be enjoying playing the doofy husband role. Finally, the 2 beautiful girls having their life broadcast to the point that the watchers felt that they were attached and parents to them. A modern love story in a modern world with a fairy tale charm. But much like the Brothers Grimm, the story has a dark side. Money issues, resentment, family issues, and an affair that leads to the darkest crimes in modern American history. This, of course, is the case of Chris Watts, family killer, an overall horrid person, and the winner of the First Question Biggest Douchebag of 2020 award. Go fuck yourself.
Feel better. The players are Chris Watts, who's husband to Shannan-Watts and the father to all their children.
Sperm donor, not a father.
Yeah. Okay. Sperm donor to the children. Shannan and Chris, they all lived in Frederick, Colorado. Bella is the older of the 2 girls, and she was 4 when all this went down. Celeste, aka Cece, was 3. And Nico Watts was in Shannan's belly. So she was just shy of halfway through her pregnancy with him. So she was roughly in her second trimester when all this went down.
And speaking of the town, Frederick, Colorado, I have a friend from the Navy who wanted to join us, couldn't, longtime fan. So Megan Sassy actually lived around Frederick and met the Watts at a barbecue. So she was going to give us a firsthand account. So
yeah,
I think that would be great for another episode. Like, we should sit down and we should have her on, and we should totally talk with her at some point.
Yeah,
because I would love to talk to her a little bit about this, about what Frederick was like and what it was like at that time and all that. It was going to be
I wanted it to be a very cool firsthand account, you know.
Yes, I definitely think we should do that.
Sassy,
so
we love you.
Set that up.
Sass, thanks for being a fan. We love you. But continue. I wanted to give her the shout out because she couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully we can have her on soon. Starting off way back in 2010, Shannan moves from New Jersey to North Carolina, where her and Chris meet through Facebook. She said that she got this Facebook request from him, and she's like, what the heck? I'm never going to meet him, whatever, except, and 8 years later, we're all married. And all I can think to myself is, if I get some random guy on Facebook, I'm not going to fucking accept that.
She shouldn't have accepted that request, Matthew.
Even in 2010, Matthew.
Yes, this is, once again, when we get to one of my final points about this goddamn sniveling shit weasel. This is already the start of a modern-day horror film. You are not at Camp Crystal Lake. You were on Facebook. We have talked many times about the death of the modern serial killer. The Bundys, the Dahmers, the Kempers, we know we don't like to enjoy, but we do because they're so fucked up.
And now we're into the postmodern serial killer.
And especially with the dark web. What's to say someone's not hacking videos? This is going to probably be the last time I talk to any one of you, and I'm going back on mute. Please let...
You say that every time, and the fucking van never shows up. Never.
It's gonna happen. What's that? What do I see in that window of yours?
Oh, shit. Uh-oh. It worked. Fuck you.
No, I'm literally trying to grab one of the pit bulls to raise him up because Mac is laying next to me.
I knew you were going to turn around.
All I can say is that I don't know how he found her or anything like that. I don't know if they had a mutual friend or what.
That's what I was wondering.
But I don't understand, because even 10 years ago, I wouldn't have accepted somebody random.
If we had like 50 friends in common, maybe.
Yeah.
Not
the only thing to defend Facebook right now, and I don't want to do it, is because of Facebook dating. I met Alpaca Girlfriend, and it was only because of a random pocket dial that I requested her to add me on Facebook, and that's where it all started. I have to defend that little bit.
And your relationship hasn't played out yet, so now we're real interested to see what happens. Put it that way.
November 3rd, 2012, Chris and Shannan marry in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sometime between then and December 17th of 2013, they moved to Frederick, Colorado. On December 17th, 2013, Bella Marie Watts is born. This was so huge because at one time, Shannan didn't think she'd be able to have children.
She was medically told she couldn't.
Right, because of all of her health issues. In June of 2015, the Watts family files for bankruptcy. Reportedly, in 2014, they had a combined income of $90,000. However, they had a ton of credit card debt, student loans, medical bills. They stated that they were paying $3,000 a month on their mortgage, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
And they had $600 in car payments, which, okay, 2 cars, $300 each. That
makes sense.
Yeah,
that actually
normal-ish.
Seems pretty.
That's good. But $3,000 for your fucking mortgage?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you look at the house through the police cam.
It's a nice house.
It's a very nice house.
Yeah, true. But then it is all about location. And I bet you anything, this just occurred to me while you were talking about that, Sarah. Look, this is a major home base for Anadarko Petroleum. So
that's true. And the Colorado housing market is insane.
It's booming. And with
cannabis.
That's
true. That's true. But still,
legal weed,
and winter sports too. With the income, she was part of several MLMs. Shanann was.
Our shout out to our friend Cece out there.
Yes, thank you, Cece. Thank you, Chelsea. Cece Suarez is fucking phenomenal, and she is anti-MLM. She's in anti-MLM content. So here's what we found: Shanann was selling It Works, 31. No fucking clue. Don't know. Don't care what 31
I do.
Okay, what is it? Tell me.
So 31 makes a bunch of like purses and bags. And I will say
right.
I have I do know a couple people that sell it, and I have bought quite a few products from them, and I really like them.
Oh yeah. Like, too bad it's a predatory fucking business.
I know, and I feel so bad. So like I would always tell them, I'm like, hey, if you need to round out sales for a party, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I would buy a bag.
You can get them at thrift shops though, because
I'm sure
these garage qualified Huns end up fucking selling all their shit, and you can get it at the goddamn Goodwill for $2.
Well, and I'll say I tried the It Works stuff because I had another friend that sold that
long time ago.
I got the worst
rash.
Yes,
Bitch,
a terrible rash all over my belly.
Me too.
It was horrible.
Holy shit, I did too.
Terrible. Now, like she tried it and she used that stuff like religiously, and she never had a problem. And then I was like, well, my skin is so angry at me anyway all the time, which is why I use Emily's products.
It Works, 31, Unique, Thrive, and Origami Owl. There, boom. Those are the MLMs.
We got back to it.
Wow. I didn't realize I knew she was part of like the Thrive one, which I don't know anything about.
That was the one, like you saw the stickers on their arm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was a vitamin supplement kind of thing, like to make you feel, it was like just basically taking B12 and sticking it to your body and just being like, we're good all day.
Okay. The other thing I do want to say about their financial problems in 2015 is their HOA was suing them for unpaid fees.
Fuck HOAs.
They weren't paying their fees.
Right.
So that was part of the other reason they declared bankruptcy. Please cue Michael Scott going, I declare bankruptcy.
Hey, cuz. Heard you're having money problems.
No, you didn't.
Listen, I got the answer. You declare bankruptcy, all your problems go away.
In Monopoly, you go bankrupt, you lose.
You don't go by Monopoly, man. That game is nuts. Nobody just picks up get-out-of-jail-free cards. Those things cost thousands.
That is a good point.
Bankruptcy, Michael, is nature's do-over. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate.
Like the Witness Protection Program.
Exactly.
Not at all. I've always wanted to be in the Witness Protection Program. Fresh start. No debts, no baggage. I've already got my name picked out. Lord Rupert Everton. I'm a shipping merchant who raises fancy dogs. That's the life. I declare bankruptcy!
All right.
Do you feel relieved?
Anytime I can talk about Michael Scott, my life is complete. I love that show so much.
Me too.
July 17th, 2015, Cece Catherine Watts, aka Cece, was born.
I love Cece. Her run in the Netflix documentary video where she's just going to town, Chris Farley running, is one of the cutest and funniest damn things I've ever seen. And it's one of the reasons I want this man to getting a goddamn harpoon through his eye and his ear, but it's dull, so it goes in slowly.
Okay.
That's a visual.
Anyways, it is. It is a visual. Matt's poor brain. May 5th, 2018, Shanann posts a long-ass Facebook Live video, as in over a half hour long, talking about how wonderful her life is and how just fantastic everything is and how happy she is. And the whole time, Chris is in the background playing with the girls.
And that is encouraged in MLMs, the Facebook Live and the Instagram Live, and like, how great your life is. Tell everybody, fake it till you make it. Tell everybody how great everything is and how much money you're making and how great it is to work from home and be an actual mom, unlike other moms who work. Boo.
I mean, MLMs aside, the people that I know that have issues with their relationships post how wonderful their partner is all the time. Exactly. And the more they post, the more you know shit is going down.
You know they're in the doghouse.
Right. Like shit's bad. Yes, Matthew.
Look at my last two relationships with that bullshit.
Right.
Oh God.
Case
and nothing against the victim. I'm not victim blaming here, but this is one of the reasons that we have such a bad view of what the modern relationship should be is these MLMs, is these people posting everything on Facebook Live about how my life is great.
Yeah.
But like you don't see behind the scenes. Everybody, and me included, is so attached to social media. That's what we believe is life, not the bullshit that goes on around us.
You see the perfectly edited Instagram photo. You don't see the 18 hours of dropping the camera and stubbing your toe before you take it.
Right.
How many phones you went through when you dropped it in the tub.
Right. And I was going to say, that's not to say that everybody that posts these things are in a bad way. Cause I can think of a handful of friends that I know are in very loving, fantastic relationships. And they post how wonderful their partner is and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and I will say my one friend posts these great little blurbs of her and her fiance's life. She'll always post how wonderful her fiance is and go, oh my God, I love this woman and stuff like that. It's very cute, but they're also getting married in May.
That should almost
go.
Congrats to you two.
I don't know. Knowing her and knowing her future wife, I'm like, they're going to be like this. Like, that's just, I mean, I've known.
They're like David and Patrick.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so excited to stand up in their wedding. June of 2018, Chris starts talking to Nicole Kessinger. Ugh. She also works at Anadarko Petroleum, and that's the same company that Chris works for. Chris came by her office and struck up this conversation one day, and they had their first meeting outside the office like a month later. I got this fantastic timeline from biography.com.
Not kill your wife hot.
Yeah, okay, but we talked about how nobody is.
Yeah, nobody is
murdered.
Shannan was way more attractive.
Okay, we're not going to compare.
I have to.
No, because women are equally beautiful. I'm sorry, I don't do comparing who's hot or not. I don't do it. I know. I'm being the adult. I'm sorry. I won't.
Okay, one of us has to be.
Yeah, I won't engage in that because I think it's
so pissed off at this woman.
Why? She has nothing to do with it. That's the problem. We blame the woman.
You've brought it up to me too, dude.
Oh, it's so dumb. I'm sorry.
How much random happenstance?
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, in Kessinger's defense, she was told that he's almost divorced
out the door,
and is divorced.
And frankly, Matt, here's my issue. She's not the one in a committed fucking relationship. That was Chris.
Now, I have heard, I don't know how substantiated it is, so I don't know, but I have heard of some evidence that does incriminate her slightly.
Oh, yeah, like Googling.
There's two, like, that's
not just Googling wedding dresses, but Googling how much Amber
money
is
worth.
Yes,
that kind of stuff
but with
can't
that
be denied.
Or Amber Fry.
That said, Amber Fry, yes, that's right. Anyway, Amber Fry from
Scott Peterson.
Thank you. That other asshole. From the other asshole's case.
Yes, that's true.
So there is some incriminating evidence that I heard, but again, I don't know how substantiated that is. No, Peterson is before.
No. What did she Google after Shannan was murdered or before?
No, it was before Shannan was. It was both. It was both.
But again, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I can't cite my source because he couldn't cite his source.
And we can't take anything that fucking shit weasel says.
Yeah, absolutely true.
But just the happenstance, following her Facebooks, the Google searches, and the sheer fact that, look, did the Fredericks, Colorado Police Department do a good job? Yeah. Could they ignore? Yeah.
True.
And
In June of 2018, he starts talking to Nicole Kessinger. June 11th of 2018, Shanann announces that she is again pregnant. I did watch that video, and she's all excited, and he's all like, hey.
Yeah. Like hi, I'm just walking around the corner here.
Awesome.
Look at this dog.
Mind you, she is doing this Facebook Live and sharing this very candid moment
without telling him
publicly. Yeah. You could maybe explain it away as he was totally caught off guard and she was making a very private moment very public. However, you could say that Matt's going to explode again. Time out.
Yeah.
However, I mean, he obviously was way the fuck in over his head. Okay, Matt.
Bullshit. Okay,
but I just said that.
No. Chris Watts lived his life on Facebook Live as the doofy husband.
Did he? But did he or did she live
her life on Facebook? He was just in the background.
Yeah.
Right. But
he was always in the background, which is why when she made him the star of that video, I could see where he was like, why are you sharing this with me right now? This is not the conversation I want to have.
No, I can see that you're emotional about the murder, but if you're being logical about it,
which I'm trying to be.
A point.
I'm failing at it. I just see it as, we can't say sexually, but at least the flirting was getting involved. Kessinger.
Yeah.
You see in his face, it wasn't, hey, that's awesome. He was like, fuck, there's more on my plate.
Shannan-Watts comes in with an oops, I did it again shirt and begins recording her Facebook video. Following is some audio footage from Shannan-Watts' Facebook Live video announcing her pregnancy with son-to-be Nico to her husband, Chris Watts. Chris enters.
We did it again. I like that shirt. Really? That's awesome. So pink means...
That's just the test.
I know. It just says the pink is going to be girls.
I don't know. Just the test.
That's awesome.
Right, and it was like, I can't have the reaction I would like to have because I'm live.
Yeah,
so
I'm fucked.
I'm fucked.
And you saw in that moment, he is a bad actor. That was the first time you saw him testing his acting chops. He is no Nicolas Cage by any means.
He's really not.
Are there anyone that can compare to Nick Cage? Please.
I literally can't. Well, Bruce Campbell, maybe.
The best chin in the business.
Oh, I love it. He's got chin like mine.
God, if chins could talk.
June 17th, 2018, Shanann posts a disgustingly gushy Facebook message to Chris on Father's Day and how he's such a great father and blah, 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 which I think backs up my theory about there's been trouble in paradise because she's making these things very public.
And maybe she knows he's having an affair or about to engage in one.
She at the very least feels him slipping away.
There is evidence that the marriage started to slip before she took that trip to North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this right here is kind of showing it.
Yeah, you know when a marriage is failing. Yeah. I know firsthand experience.
July 2018, Chris and Nicole start their physical relationship early that month. He tells her he's quote-unquote almost divorced. Later in July, Shanann and the girls head to North Carolina to kind of like get away from it all and kind of clear her head. Chris tells Kessinger the divorce is final. In fact, on the 30th of that month, he gives Nicole a love note before he joins the rest of his family on vacation in North Carolina.
Chris Watts is subscribing to the George Costanza, it's not a lie if you believe it theory.
Basically. August 4th of 2018, Kessinger begins shopping for wedding dresses online, and she did that for 2 hours.
It's Colorado, there's legal weed.
Looking for a wedding dress, I didn't spend 2 hours. I was engaged, and I had been engaged for a while.
But that's also as much as I don't like this woman, think of your first 2 weeks, 2 months in a relationship where it's that fucking heroin high where you're like, this is
I never looked for a wedding dress when I was just dating someone.
Never.
I started looking for a wedding dress.
You have not dated the women that I have.
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly, I'm not that kind of woman. Don't get me wrong. I thought about what it would be like if me and douchebag number 1 got married. Hey, what would my name sound like with douchebag number 3's last name tagged onto mine? I've thought about shit
Sarah
like that.
Douchebag
Number 3. Yeah,
number
it's
3.
got a certain ring to it. But like...
You don't hyphenate that one.
And she had just started fooling around with this guy for like maybe a month.
That's insane. That is just...
That's insane to me.
That is
absolutely insane.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I wanted to play the devil's advocate on this for everyone.
I'm playing the devil's advocate. You're playing what the fuck I think actually happened.
Oh, I got a lot of what the fuck actually happened. I might have to go on our new Instagram about this.
On August 9th of 2018, Shanann leaves for a business trip, and I'm putting that in quotes because it was for one of her MLMs. Goes to Arizona. She goes with a group of girls. I would consider them her friends, especially after we find out about her friend Nicole.
Good friend right there.
Oh my God, she is the fucking hero of this fucking story.
Yeah. That and neighbor Broncos hat guy.
Paul Blart, awesome. The neighbor. That's totally not his name, but that's what I'm going to call him.
Paul Blart. I love it. He comes over on a Segway.
Dude, he's fucking great. He is another unsung hero of this. Shanann tells her friends that she goes on this trip with that her and Chris are having troubles, and this is the first time she really confides in anybody about this. However, according to her, they had the best talk and were sharing a lot of really long texts going back and forth, and she said that they were making headway on it.
What's to say that's not
super
another
fucking
Facebook
heartbreaking?
Lie? What's to say that's not another Facebook lie? Like, my life's getting better.
I feel like if you tell your friends, hey, shit is going downhill, you don't then say, we've had all of these great breakthroughs since I've been gone.
I'm not looking at Shanann. I'm looking at the douche nozzle that is Chris Watts.
Oh, the douche weasel? Yeah, that's a whole other. August 11th, Chris hires a babysitter so he can go on a date with Kessinger. And he tells Shanann he's going to a baseball game with a bunch of buddies from work.
There's such a thing as...
First off, go to the baseball game. Right. Baseball games are fun.
Right.
No, they're not.
I love them.
I live a half mile away from our baseball stadium. I am so pissed off COVID took away so many great summer memories from me.
I have season Cubs tickets. How do you think I feel? Yeah.
You asshole, don't ruin baseball like you've ruined everything else your fucking miserable life has touched.
Right. But like, here's my thing. There's such a thing as ethical non-monogamy. If this is something he needed, why did he either not discuss, can we bring this into the relationship with her like a fucking adult, or B, literally say what he told Nicole?
Because he's a sniveling shit weasel coward of a man without a spine that if Predator went and plasma cannoned him, he would just rip out a spleen.
Yeah. If you're unhappy with the relationship.
Snaps for that.
End the relationship.
Exactly. Or like I said, if you need to modify it and you want to stay in it, talk.
Right.
Talk.
But I think it was pretty clear he didn't want to stay in it.
Right. So talk. That's the whole point. Whatever your choices are, whatever you want, whatever your needs are, fucking talk about it. You're an adult. Right. You live with this person.
He's an impulsive little wuss boy.
You made children with this person. You need to figure out how to not kill everybody.
Right.
August 13th, 2018 at 1:48 a.m. We know this for a fact because they had a Ring doorbell. Shanann returns from her business trip. Friend Nicole Atkinson drops her off. And again, let's give a round of applause to Nicole Atkinson because she is
she's a hero.
Fucking hero of this.
She is.
Are we ready for the rest of August 13th, guys?
Yeah.
Matt, put yourself on mute.
Yeah, Matt, mute yourself. I'm going to mute myself too.
I hate this man so much.
Sometime between 1:48 a.m. and 5-something a.m., Chris kills Shanann and their daughters. From what we can tell, Shanann and Chris get into a fight where Shanann tells him, apparently, allegedly, because we don't know for sure, that he won't see the kids again after he allegedly tells her about the affair that he's having with Kessinger. I'm sorry, all I can see is Matt screaming right now, and there's no mute. Okay. His logical response is to strangle her.
Of course, as you do.
Right.
When you disagree with somebody, obviously.
Right.
A strangulation ensues.
Allegedly, Bella comes in and asks what's wrong with Mom. Chris wraps Shanann up in a blanket and carries her to the truck. He puts both of the girls in the back seat of the truck and drives to the work site. In his original confession, he said that Shanann killed the girls and then he killed her in a fit of rage. This was a false confession.
Following are several clips which we've edited together from the YouTube channel JCS Criminology. Check it out. It's a great channel.
This polygraph failed it.
The legitimately fantastic CBI agent did ask if Shanann had done something to the girls to try to get Chris to
make
Chris
an excuse. Yeah.
She was trying to get him to talk. So she was like, well, did Shanann do something?
Can you tell us what you told your dad?
She's remembered. I talked for something. Freaked out. I ran in there and got on top of her.
What'd you do?
She flew. I was my babies. I was my kids.
What happened?
Something hurt. And that first location I went to that day.
And he took the bait.
Oh, and he totally did. Like I said, she was legitimately fantastic.
Is lower than the goddamn peanut that was in my...
There it is. Did you mute him? We need to keep doing this so we can
it's like
mute
Donald
Naden.
Trump and Joe Biden debating. I'm Rachel Maddow right now. I'm muting the mic. I love you. Sorry.
Hey, at least we didn't tell him we were gonna like punch him in the mouth or something.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
It could have been worse. It later came out that this was entirely premeditated and that Chris strangled Shanann with his bare hands and put her in his truck. He took the girls who were alive at the time and put them in the truck too. He smothered the girls and took all three to an oil field where he usually worked. And he told the people that he usually works with, oh, I'll check on this site. It's fine. I'll deal with it. So he could be alone and not be disrupted. Chris buried Shanann in a shallow grave, and he put the two girls in separate oil tanks. The autopsy of the girls suggests that they were alive when he shoved them into the tanks. He claimed in later interviews that he didn't want to wake them up again because I guess he tried to strangle them and it didn't work. So then he just threw them in there.
Interestingly enough, the medical examiner said that this is the most heinous and brutal and inhuman case he's ever seen.
We have researched a lot of shitty things, and not just for this podcast, but just our natural curiosity leads us to some pretty shitty things. I have a hard time thinking of something shittier, and that's including Albert Fish. The Holocaust, I think, is the only other worst thing. Honestly, genocide is the only thing that I think can top this.
Am I back?
You're back.
This man is the lowest form of scum since Mengele. There is no depths to his depravity from what he did in this. As someone who's been divorced and is someone who has dealt with abusive relationships, this man took the single most cowardice route you could ever take. Mm-hmm. I'm going to seethe here for a sec. I know I have to be the comic relief here, so I need to come back.
Yeah. He buried his children alive, essentially, after he tried to kill them.
I wouldn't even say he buried them because they were in oil tanks. So it's oil. It's petroleum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
So the only one he bothered to bury... Yeah, the only one he bothered to bury was Shanann.
Yeah.
He's now spending the rest of his life in prison. He was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. He escaped the death penalty as part of his plea deal. His plea deal took the death penalty off the table. Reportedly, Shanann's family is okay with this.
No, he should have a grenade shoved in his fucking nostril.
Yeah, but it's her family's wishes.
Right, and they're a lot closer to this than we are. And part of me... he's one of those people that I don't think should be allowed to walk the earth anymore. And he's at least in prison.
Yeah.
But I also think he should be allowed to suffer.
Yes. Death is too good.
Thanks so much for joining us at First Question and Dominique Does Life for Part 1 of our Chris Watts coverage. Join us for Part 2, and remember to follow us on Instagram, Discord, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you like what you're hearing and you want to help us keep the lights on, follow us on Patreon.
Keep asking questions.
Make your own reality.
Let the facts be your answers.